Hey folks, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new vlog. I've got my right hand woman here helping me today. But you can also see, please pardon all of the pollen accumulation on all of the patio furniture. That is going to be taken care of sometime this week. I'm going to get the hose out and give everything on the front porch a really good wash. But I got everything that I need to plant. Oh, wow, aren't those pretty? Yeah, these are going to go in here. You got the fertilizer for me? Thank you. Appreciate it. So she already got this for me, but I am going to fertilize everything with the Espoma Organic Bloom Super Bloom Booster after I plant everything, because you just mix this in with your water in your watering can. Let's see, I can never get the ratios right. I always have to check. He's smelling. Well, folks, that is extremely annoying. My mic took a dump after I started explaining the ratios of fertilizer I use and all that good stuff. So what I'm going to do instead, so you don't have to listen to this terrible audio, is I'm going to let my mic charge while I plant, and I'm just going to put myself on a time lapse while I plant all these up and do a voiceover explaining what I am planting and what I am doing to plant with the mic, so it doesn't sound like this and awful the entire time. Hey folks, it is a new day. Yesterday we did some fun stuff outside, and today we are going to do some not so fun stuff inside. It's raining outside. It's going to be raining most of the day. Wayne's back at work today, and Lil is with my folks. So I am forcing myself into doing the jobs, one main job, but the jobs that I put off when it is nice outside, because I don't like doing them, and I can make excuses to not do them when it's nice outside, but today I have to. So I mean, I clean the kitchen multiple times a day, but you saw me. I cleaned the kitchen. I took the green machine to our upholstered furniture because if you've got toddlers, you know that that probably needs to be done once a week, honestly. But I try to do it once a month. So I did that task this morning. I cleaned up Lily's room some, and gosh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this at all, but it has to be done. It absolutely has to be done. So you guys know, you've seen bits and pieces of my house in these vlogs. You know that I keep a pretty clean house. But I feel like everybody has that one room that everything goes to die. It's like stuff that you use, but you don't use on a regular basis. And yeah, we're going to tackle that room today. It is our guest room. It is set up typically very nice for actual guests. We have some friends that live just far enough out of town for it to be inconvenient for them to make a day trip, like here and back. And they are going to end up staying with us this coming weekend. So no more excuses. This room has to be cleaned up for them so they can have a place to stay. And I'm just going to take you along with me. We're going to talk about things I would rather be doing in the garden, things that we've gotten accomplished, and some dreams for maybe hopefully this fall, like late summer and into the fall. So without further ado, I'm going to turn you around and show you the horrors within, and we're going to start chipping away at this. And if I end up not being able to walk and chew gum at the same time, and I just need to focus and I can't talk about what I want to talk about while I do this, I'll just speed it up ×2 and put some nice music over it. We'll just see what ends up happening. Okay, so here, oh my gosh, here it is. It's so bad, y'all. And I don't, like, I've got to do the closet too, and I don't even want to think about it. Oh my gosh, there's just junk everywhere. So we're going to start with the bed. We're just going to tackle the bed. I need to get it cleaned off because I need to get the linen stripped and washed for our friends that are coming in. So let's just do it. Okay. So outside, we have gotten a lot accomplished outside that I did not film. But let's see. Wayne planted 750-ish corn seeds. He tilled up a huge spot and planted a bunch of corn. I finally got my sunflowers in the ground. I got a little over 500 in the ground, 500 sunflower seeds in the ground. I think I talked about that in the last vlog. But that's done. I still don't have my pumpkins planted. Yes, I'm aware that this is the last week of May and I'm super behind. But tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow is supposed to be nice outside and, well, nice-ish. It's supposed to be overcast but cool, and I've got a girlfriend coming over, and I think she's going to bring her boys, and we're just going to knock out some tasks outside. Let me just go in Lily's room. What else? Oh, we're going to plant those pumpkins tomorrow, if I didn't say that already. I don't know if I actually completed that thought. But I got all the tomatoes in the ground, all the peppers in the ground. I got some zinnias planted. I got the marigold seeds planted around the tomatoes. I can't do that all at once. Wayne got everything mowed and weed eated and looking really, really nice outside. If the weather cooperates, I will take you outside so you can kind of see how things are progressing right now. And yesterday we spent a lot of time outside. Oh, I need to keep that. Sorry. We spent a lot of time outside just kind of walking around the place and dreaming.
thinking about what we would like to do in the future. I would like us to get to the point where next, like I said, late this summer and into the fall, I would like for us to be able to start working primarily on the aesthetics of the farm. Most of everything that we've done so far has been for practical purposes, getting the garden in for food production, all that good stuff. And it is pretty. Like it's a nice garden. Wayne did a great job. The fence is gorgeous. Our chicken house is just fine, but everything we've done so far has had a practicality element to it, which happens. Like we've been in this house, this fall will be 5 years that we've lived here. So all of that practical stuff needed to happen first. And if you're unaware, or if you're someone who doesn't know me personally who's watching this, we built this house in the middle of a field. So there was no infrastructure ready to go for us. We've had to do everything from scratch. And I'm not complaining about that. That's why it's taken us 5 years to get to where we are. So we talked a lot about, which this is practical purposes too, I realize, but we talked about putting in our orchard. There is a strip of lawn that is between like where the dogs area is, like the dog fence, and the fence that separates the yard from the pasture. And it's the perfect area for us to put an orchard in. So we would like to do that this fall. And I think we just want to start with apples, peaches, and cherries. And really, I think that's all that I want. And I honestly don't even know if I want to do apples or not. We might do something else. We probably need to go ahead and do apples. There is a man in our community who farms apples. I don't know what you call someone who runs an orchard. I don't know if there's a specific name for it. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But his apples are fantastic, and he doesn't use anything crazy. It's all very natural and organic, but he is in his 80s, I think, if he's not 90. So he's not going to be doing this forever, even though he is still doing a great job and just trucking right along. But I guess I should probably put in a couple apple trees now that I'm thinking about this out loud. So I'd like to do 2 apple, 2 peach, 2 cherry trees. And if we do it like that and put in 6 trees, it will be the perfect spacing to fill in that strip of yard. And I think we're also going to box that in because I'm so sick. I love that our chicken's free range. I do not love that they leave us their gifts all over our porch and all over our carport. So I think if we fenced in like the area that comes off of, actually be like right over here, comes off of the dog yard, because the dog yard butts up with the east facing porch. So I think if we come off of that and then make like the orchard area and then all around the chicken house, like their free range area, that's going to be plenty of space for them. They'll get to scratch around. Once the trees get established, which I mean, we can always just put chicken wire around them while they're small. But once they get established, the chickens aren't going to hurt the trees. And that's what my Granny Lil actually did. And it kind of looks like I'm not going to be able to talk and do this at the same time, doesn't it? Okay, focus, Katie. So chore is done. I don't feel better. It's just one of those, you have that. I think everyone has that space in their house where they're just like, even when it's put back together, you're just like, ugh. That's how I feel every time I tackle that guest room because I know it's just going to get piled up with crap again. And I know I need to be better about it. And I tell myself every time I clean it up, be better about this, Katie. I never am. But anyway, that's done. So I thought as a reward, it's still spit and rain, but as a reward to myself, I'm going to come outside and walk around a little bit. And I thought I'd bring you along with me because I'm going to pot some more flowers and a couple of tomato plants and kind of show you what I was talking about with the orchard and where the chickens will be and what I want to do with the front and all that good stuff. So this is our view from the front of our house. It's glorious. It's lovely. It's my favorite thing about our house. Um, this property has been in my family through my mom's side for several generations, and the old house used to be, let me move and see if I'm not going to be able to show you exactly where the original house was, but my husband and I decided to build on top of the hill. It's very hilly property, and the original house used to be down in the general vicinity, not exactly, but in the general vicinity of that. Let me see. There we go. That big tree right there. That's where the old house was. And it was in the bottom. And the original house had actually gotten taken out by a tornado. This is like decades ago. And the house that was there was built by the Red Cross, I believe. Um, but anyway, it was, gosh, my hair stuck to my mic. Hope that didn't mess up the volume or the sound any. Anyway, but that house ended up having to be torn down several years ago. Um, I mean, it wasn't any of the landowner's fault. It was just mismanagement from some renters. But anyway, what's going to be the best way to do this? I don't know. Let's just try it this way. So I'm going to turn around to where the camera's facing the house. So this is the porch that you saw at the beginning of the video. This is the front. So don't you think that it would be so pretty if all across here, and then that wall, that's the carport that I was talking about, but all across here would be hydrangeas. And in our area, big leaf hydrangeas are typically blue. It has to do with the soil pH, and ours cast blue. I know some places further up north, they just have these beautiful, huge pink hydrangeas. I don't mind the blue. I think it would be beautiful through here, along with some big, like lime green um, edged hostas and some hellebores, like maybe some pink and purpley hellebores for some contrast through there in the spring. And then here, you can't see, we're too far away. Hang on. And this is another reason that I want the chickens to have their own space, because this is our bird feeder. So like from these steps, I want a path to come off and then go this way and then to go around to where our drive is. That like, so it all connects and makes more sense. Excuse me. So hydrangeas, and then each flower bed off of either side of the steps would come off. It wouldn't just stop at the edge of the steps because the flower bed will be deeper than the steps. Flower beds will be deeper than the steps. So it'll come off and then kind of slope around, or curve around rather, with the path. Where the bird feeder is will be where the path diverts. And like I said, I want part of it to go this way towards the driveway, but this is that area I was talking about where we just planted those red buds that kind of flank. Still don't know how well you can see. Can you see it? There's one. Hey, Jenny. And there's the other one right by Jenny. So I thought that this would be a really, and then there's Sissy, and I thought this would be a great place for, oh my gosh, our house needs washed really bad. Next on the list. Okay, I need to see if I can't borrow mom and dad's pressure washer. Anyway, just envision with me here though. So like raspberries, and then moving forward towards these red buds, do the daffodils and maybe like some bells of Ireland or something, some spring stuff. So there's a lot of interest happening right through here when the red buds are showing off. So that is what I'm thinking there. It would be great if we could afford to go ahead and put the hardscape of the path in from the steps leading either direction, because I do think it would be nice to do a path going that way towards the drive and the carport, and a path going this way and around to the orchard, because this is the direction the orchard will be. So let's go over here. It's so much better to be outside than in that, stuck in that room going through papers and trash and sorting. Okay, so over here, this is basically, I guess it's just this side of the house that is just our, basically the dump. But when we built, a lot of stuff was just left and thrown under the house. So it's really a pain to get to clean everything out. But I would like to do something along here too. And I'm thinking I might just continue that same concept and just do hydrangeas all around the porch, because this is the east side, and well, southeast, and that's more northeast. Like it's at an angle. Yeah, I said that right. So like basically the corner of the porch is directly east. But anyway, so this is where the dog yard starts, right here, and we're going to take horticultural vinegar to all of this and just kill it. But anyway, this is where the dog yard starts. So we would like to continue to use this hog wire and come across here to the fence that separates the yard from the pasture, and make this whole row of grass into an orchard. And I would like to plant it to red clover and bulbs, and that way it doesn't need to, eventually, I understand that takes a lot of time, but eventually it wouldn't need to be mowed. It could just do its thing. And then coming up through here, this would still be chicken yard, because here is the chicken house, just right behind the camera on the other side. Chicken house that I really need to shovel out right now. Another disgusting job I need to get done today. And then we would have, so I planted pumpkins, the small pumpkins on these trellises last year. I talked about that in last week's vlog, or not the week before last, because I didn't do a vlog last week. But we're going to extend this by double, and I'm going to plant those pumpkins I talked about. They're little ornamental white and like dark green, almost black pumpkins through here. And then we would have like right here where the garden and the dog yard meet, back to the property line. And that would all be the chicken area, and then that little stretch I showed you would be the orchard. And then for the garden area, gosh, I would love to be able, this is all just like, I know I can wish in one hand and you know what in the other. I totally get that. But we can check on how the garden's doing. But I would like to, all through here, all around the edge of the garden, I would like it to where Wayne doesn't have to mow up to anything. So like we're not having to worry about weeds growing up in the fence and all that good stuff. I would like to just landscape fabric all of it. Sorry, I have got a hair that is like hanging on like it's its job to my arm. Okay, I think I got it. Anyway, I would like to have the border of the garden set up to where Wayne can just mow up to the border and not have to worry about like mowing around blackberries and around this and around that or around the blueberry tubs or anything. I would like it all to just be flower bed. So this south side of the garden, I would definitely like it to be blackberries, and I'm not sure what else. Blackberries are already there, and they definitely shocked when I transplanted them, but they are doing better, and I know that they will just continue to multiply, and I can fill this whole fence row up with blackberries, which is the goal. On the west side, I'm not sure because the west side's the entrance of the garden. This is where our gate is, where you go into the garden. And I don't have that whole middle patch planted, and I don't know that I will. We'll just see. Um, I don't know what I would like to do here. These tubs that I have are my blueberry tubs, and I've got some strawberries in there right now too that I need to figure out something else to do. And then over on this side, on the north side, I'm not sure what I want to do. I'm not sure what I want to do there, but I would, like I said, I want it all to be flower beds so Wayne's not having to fight this because he does do all of the um, yard maintenance. Ooh, the rain's starting to pick back up, which means I need to get back inside and start doing some more chores I've been avoiding. But um, ooh, actually, let's go in the garden and look at something real quick. This is exciting. I just noticed. You see Sissy up on the. Oh gosh, it's really starting to rain. Okay, whoops. That's remnants of Lily written all over it. Okay. Don't step on anything. Oh man, this is so exciting. So I have never grown cosmos before, ever. But I've got some that are about to bloom. Oh man, I'm so stoked. And these are like I'm sure I included the variety on a vlog at some point, but they're like apricot-y almost looking, like a really, really pale apricot. So I'm very excited to see what these look like. That is very exciting. And yes, I know this is just absolutely chock full of weeds too. Ask me if I care right now. The answer is no, I don't. But the cucumbers are doing great. The dill's coming in. The nasturtiums are sprouting. I transplanted, I don't know how many of those nasturtiums that I started inside from seed. They all died. All of them died. I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know what happened, but they're all toast. The tomatoes and the marigolds and the basil are all loving life, doing pretty good. Green beans are doing really good. Girls, green beans are doing good. Looks like some of them are starting to bloom, which is exciting. And all these holes where nothing is, and this row here with the peppers, that's where I put the zinnia seeds. So we'll hopefully, not hopefully, we will. We'll start seeing some action. So that is exciting too. I'm glad I came out here. I'm glad I took a minute to come out here. Ooh, yay! There's zinnias popping up everywhere. That's exciting. I need to get the rest of my zinnias planted. Gosh, I hope you can hear me. I don't know how long that thing's just been like flopping in the breeze, but anyway, looks like I'm going to have cucumbers pretty soon, which is exciting. I need to go ahead and pot up some tomato plants. I think I'm going to do that now and just do it under the carport and listen to the rain because I'm tired of being inside. Hey folks, I just realized that I did not film any type of sign off on this vlog, so here I am doing that. This coming week rather, I'm not sure that there's going to be a vlog. The Bluegrass Park opened up today, and I volunteer pretty heavily with the Bluegrass Festival that we have in our little town, and the festival itself is next weekend. So not positive if I'm going to get any vlogging done, but we will see. I do think the next major project that you see is going to be setting up the new area for the chickens, because the more we talk about it and think about it, the more we've talked ourselves into it. That's just going to be better, because I still haven't hosed off this porch or anything, because I'm just like, there's no point, because they're just going to keep getting up here and making it a disaster. So I think that's the next order of business. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you had a great week, are having a great weekend, and have a great week ahead of you. Bye, guys.